On Wednesday morning, the House Oversight Committee unveiled a fresh batch of images and video footage from Jeffrey Epstein's notorious private island, Little St. James. The material, originally captured by U.S. Virgin Islands authorities in 2020, shows empty rooms, abandoned structures, and eerily quiet landscapes. No individuals appear in the footage. But to many observers, the timing and focus of this release feel less like a breakthrough and more like a calculated distraction. In this view, mainstream media outlets quickly seize on the visuals, looping the same drone shots, the same empty corridors, the same overhead angles, while avoiding the question that actually matters. Who were the powerful individuals involved with Epstein, and why is the real list of collaborators still hidden from the public? Critics argue that the media's sudden obsession with the island's architecture, decor, and abandoned grounds serves to shift public attention away from something far more consequential: the network of high-profile figures who allegedly continue to engage in trafficking and abuse, even after Epstein's death. For survivors and advocates, this spectacle feels familiar. They say the same institutions that once ignored their voices are now using sanitized, non-revealing footage to create the illusion of transparency. Meanwhile, the names of individuals who participated in, benefited from, or enabled Epstein's operations remain locked away, shielded by the very systems meant to expose them. These newly released images offer a troubling glimpse into Jeffrey Epstein's world. Rep. Robert Garcia stated in a press release,
"Most of the documents that were sent to our committee, those initial documents were given to right-wing influencers back in February. The files and the full report, according to the Attorney General, were sitting on her desk, ready to be released. We know that the Attorney General herself has shared with the president directly that he is also in the files. The reason, and we don't understand why this cover-up by the president continues to not release the full files. And so the discharge petition is an important additional step forward for the Congress, the full Congress, to be on record to release the full files."
Mr. Speaker, I rise today to demand that Donald Trump and our Attorney General come clean to the American people and release the Epstein files. Now, this weekend, Donald Trump said, and I quote, "Let's not waste time and energy on Jeffrey Epstein, somebody that nobody cares about."
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time, and do you feel like answering?
I don't mind answering.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this.
In February, I did an interview on Fox, and it's been getting a lot of attention because I said I was asked a question about the client list.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients? Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump. I'm reviewing that. I'm reviewing JFK files, MLK files. That's all in the process of being reviewed. And my response was, it's sitting on my desk to be reviewed, meaning the file along with the JFK, MLK files as well. That's what I meant by that.
Well, Mr. President, a lot of people actually care. And we know that MAGA was all in on Jeffrey Epstein. Now, my Republican colleagues have sent letters, they've posted, they've demanded disclosure. Donald Trump Jr., the president's own son, has tweeted dozens of times about this case. FBI Director Kash Patel swore under oath in front of the Senate that he would be transparent with the American public and release the Epstein files. He said, and I want to quote, "Make sure the American public knows the full weight of what happened," that he would do that. That was his quote. Now, in February, our Attorney General, Pam Bondi, told Fox News that Epstein's client list was, again, and I quote, "sitting on my desk right now to review," end quote. Now, they claim there was never a list. And this weekend, Donald Trump claimed that the files were written by Obama, Hillary Clinton, and the Biden administration. These are bizarre reversals. And it's obvious to the American public. Someone is lying, and someone is trying to hide something. So let's look at the facts. We know Elon Musk said publicly on June 5th that Donald Trump is mentioned in the Epstein files. We know that Epstein died in a federal prison overseen by Donald Trump's Department of Justice. We know that Jeffrey Epstein in 2008 was given a generous non-prosecution agreement for sex trafficking charges. Now, that agreement let him continue his criminal activities, and that agreement was offered by Alexandra Acosta, who was Donald Trump's chosen Secretary of Labor. That's not all. We know that Donald Trump and Epstein had a long-standing personal relationship. Epstein told one writer, and I quote, "I was Donald Trump's closest friend for 10 years." End quote. Donald Trump told New York Magazine in 2002, and I want to quote this. Quote, this is Donald Trump. "I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with. It's even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do. And many of them are on the younger side. No doubt about it. Jeffrey enjoys his social life." Unquote. That's disgusting, wrong, and we must inquire more information. The truth is, we don't know what the facts are in this case. Now, I can't explain why the Trump administration have changed their minds on Epstein, but their behavior raises questions. This is the time that we must demand answers, and the Oversight Committee is going to do just that.
But to those watching the coverage, the question isn't what the island looks like. It's who the justice system is protecting. Garcia doubled down, calling on former President Trump to release all the files now. Still, many believe that unless the public demands the full truth, not just curated footage, the real players behind Epstein's empire will continue operating in the shadows. Here is a polished voiceover narration written exactly like something you'd hear in a serious investigative documentary. The newly released footage from Jeffrey Epstein's private island has dominated headlines. Empty rooms, abandoned courtyards, drone shots circling a silent compound, and across the political spectrum, from left to right, leaders rush to point at the island as if it tells a whole story. But to many observers, this sudden flood of imagery feels less like transparency, and more like a calculated distraction. Because while the public is being shown every corner of Epstein's property, what they're not being shown is far more important. The names, the sealed documents, the individuals who survivors say participated in, profited from, or protected Epstein's trafficking network. Survivors have made it clear Epstein did not operate alone. His death didn't end the network. It only removed its most visible face. So why is the national spotlight aimed at an empty island instead of the still unreleased Epstein files? Why the buildings and not the perpetrators? Critics argue that both political parties benefit from this distraction. The left blames the right blames the left, and mainstream media amplifies whichever angle keeps the public focused on scenery, rather than on the powerful individuals who may still be operating in the shadows. Because the truth is, footage is safe. Footage is harmless. Footage raises no new questions about who participated in Epstein's system and who still holds influence today. But the files, the real files, that's where the danger lies. Names, dates, connections, information that could expose a network far bigger than Epstein himself. And so the public is shown empty rooms, while the real story remains sealed away. Survivors say the perpetrators didn't disappear when Jeffrey Epstein died. They're still out there, still protected, still operating. Until the full truth is released, this footage is not closure, it's distraction. If you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel and like and share this video. Also click the notification bell to be notified when we publish a new video. And while you're at it, check out our nightandayherbal.com shop, where you can purchase organic CBD products such as gummies, pre-rolls, vapes, and cigarettes. We also carry natural soaps and body oils, and homemade chemical-free herbal hair care and skincare products, as well as detoxes and wildly grown organic sea moss. Again, that's nightandayherbals.com. That is nightandayherbals.com. The link will be placed in the description box below this video. Thank you kindly, and keep fighting the good fight.
If you crave nature but still shop online, Night and Day Herbals is your dream come true. Discover premium herbal soaps, shampoos, and CBD products. All organic, all for you. Shop now at nightandayherbals.com.